Hi, I'm Malik Vasquez, and I'm here with...
Gabrielle Thaïs Salomé Lair.
She's from France, but I'm going to be asking her a couple of questions here. Do you believe college athletes like myself should be paid for endorsements or commercials?
Yes, of course. It's like a face of the college. It's a representative, so it is good.
Do you believe college athletes should be paid for commercials or endorsements?
That's a great question. I think that if the endorsement or the commercial is selling a product and this, well, I know there's the NCAA compliance, but I think, yeah, anytime someone is giving a service or a good, then they should be paid.
I feel like we should be paid. I'm a college athlete myself. I mean, I know scholarships, they pay for our education, but, at the end of the day, we need a little bit more action. We, bringing money to the university, so.
No. No, because they're not on their professional level where they should get endorsements and stuff. And I believe the scholarship and like coming here for free is pretty good.
Do you believe college athletes should be paid for commercials or endorsements?
I'm going to go with no, just because I don't really think that professional athletes should be paid for endorsements either.
Endorsements, yes. Commercials, yes. Because you're putting your jerseys out there, you're making the college some money.
They should not get paid because they're already getting paid enough in scholarships. They do not need to be getting paid for a commercial.
Don't they get paid to go here?
No, they shouldn't get paid because they should want to play for the school instead of like playing for money.
I think it's something that we all have different opportunities. So whether the opportunity be having a commercial and you just so happen to be paid for it, let it. That's kind of in its own an opportunity, in my opinion.
I don't think they should. They already get enough with their education paid for and being on TV with football games and basketball games. I think they're fine.
Now, how do you feel about the Washington Redskins football team? Do you think that their mascot should be changed?
No, I don't think it should be changed. Nobody else had a problem with it until just recently. I think it's fine, just the way it is.
So, how do you feel about the Washington Redskins mascot? Do you think it should be changed?
I feel like it's definitely offensive to the Native American tribes who are represented by it. But then again, it has been their mascot for a long time, and it would be tradition. So, I'm okay with it.
The Redskins, yes. Very offensive. Redskins it's not a good term to describe that community.
It should definitely be something that is looked over by the overall Native American community. If they feel that it's not something that is really affecting them too much, then it can stay the same. If not, then I feel like it should just change, because it's also changed. If you look at Central Michigan, we've changed our mascot from the Chippewas to a Flying C mascot. So,
I think as a representation of our country, I think that using a racial slur doesn't really display America in a very positive light. But I also think that it's important to talk about the Chippewa name. Being at Central Michigan University, we are the Chippewas.
Like, is that a tribe name or is it a derogatory term about people of Native heritage? So when I think about the Chippewas, it is a name that we've had since 1942 at Central, and in 2002, the chief at the time created a relationship and established rules and the way that they wanted to conduct themselves. But with the Washington Redskins, there's a lot more controversy around it. The only people who misuse the Chippewa name are strangers who have no relationship to the tribe, and I think that Chippewas here at Central are much more considerate towards it. So I think that the Washington Redskins, if people are telling them what you're saying is derogatory, then they should honor that, because it's not their culture, it's not their heritage. They can't say, no, we're using it correctly, because it's not theirs to talk about.
Do you think it should be changed?
I believe it's been there for a while, and if people are still whining about it, I think it should just leave it. I know it's a little racist or has a stigma to it, but I think it doesn't matter. It's been there for a while. I think it should stay there.
I do think it should be changed. I think that it's very disrespectful to their tribe and their tribe's culture, and they're people who have gone through such a struggle for them to have such a disrespectful name. So,
I feel you're going to feel pretty strong about this. How do you feel about men's dominance over women in today's media?
Yeah. I feel like it's not equal. So many things in today's society are still not equal between men and women.
How do you feel about men's dominance over women in today's media?
Oh my I think it's ridiculous. I think that media teaches us how to act. A lot of times because we're just like, it's just like ingrained. We're just like spoon-fed all these things. So when you see those representations in media, it affects the way that we treat women. So if we start treating women like equals in the media, then people can see like, huh, maybe it's not a bad thing.
Well, men have the dominance over women, period. That's just the way it is. It's how it's always been. And that's how it probably is going to be. That's not saying it should be like that way, but that's just how it's always been.
Men are not dominant in today's world because women want men to be the dominant figure, and if women don't want men to be that dominant figure, it's not forced upon them. They can do whatever they want in today's world.
Bullshit.
I feel women are just as dominant as men, and I feel that is going away more and more each day.
I feel like it's definitely not fair to the females in the media business or in forms of media, but it's always been this way. It definitely should be changed just because there should be an equality between the people inside of media.
How do you feel the media has changed our perception on international students here at campus?
I feel like certain things in media can give us a bad idea of students here just because they are international. But then again, if you really want to meet someone and learn about them, then it's good to talk to them so then you know who they are.
It changes the perception over international students.
The media's perception of international students, I think they feel that they're smart. So I feel like that helps them. I feel people like being around them.
As Americans, sometimes I question how much exposure we actually get to outside cultures, outside ethnicities and races. And so with our American media, we get, I mean, I'm a little biased just because I don't like a lot of the media because it does portray a lot of false stereotypes.
Even in America, like there are so many individuals doing so many different things, and I think that if we start to understand that not everybody from Africa was a starving child, or that they have AIDS, or that they, fill in the blank here, and like for different countries, then like we will finally be able to, work together.
That, it depicts foreigners in general, not just international students.
I think that the media has a hold on international students in a really inappropriate way. I think that because we make women's bodies fake, because we objectify them, because we turn bodies, not just women but men as well, into things, like using women's bodies or men's bodies as like a beer bottle and say like this is an object to be consumed. I think that for students who are from another place, they learn different ways to interact with their culture that are logical to them. And when they're here, if that's what they see, if that's what they're constantly inundated with, bodies being compartmentalized and turned into objects, then it starts to become, oh, that must be logical to Americans. That's how they consume bodies, just like they consume things. And so I think that it really does have a strong influence on the way that they treat people.